Yeah, we're cracking.
We're live.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's up, guys? This is Ben from UnitedQ, and I've got some guests on here with me as well. I'll start off by just giving our quick intro. So, it's Wednesday, which means we've got another awesome podcast to get you over Hump Day. I'm here with my co-host Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we're brought to you by ProQ, Kamado Joe, and Smokewood Shack, our awesome sponsors. ProQ's dedicated to providing you with quality smoking products with top-notch service and free advice for beginners to pitmasters. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under ProQ Smokers. So if you think about buying your first smoker, wanting to upgrade, or looking for charcoal cabinet smokers, then check them out over at Max Barbecue. And Kamado Joe's renowned for build quality and innovation, from smoking, roasting, or searing. Kamado Joe's the premium ceramic grill, chosen by Michelin star chefs and barbecue enthusiasts alike. Get that great barbecue taste and keep the moisture locked in. Check out kamadojoe.co.uk, plus Facebook and Twitter. It's much easier to get through that without you trying to put me off, Dan, I must say.
You put yourself off.
I don't think so. So, yeah, we had some fun times when we used to record that intro when we first started off. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's much funner when no one can see you. The sort of stuff you can get up to off camera.
This is a bit different today, actually, because people can actually watch on YouTube and see us goofing around.
See if Dan's
probably best.
See my bed face. It's currently 3 a.m. here in Kuala Lumpur, so I've set an alarm to wake up in the middle of the night. It's a school night, so I'm in work mode, but for the 100th episode, anything is possible. So an early morning wake up to chat to you guys.
Thanks for your dedication, mate. It
awesome.
means a lot.
Yeah, makes up
Feel privileged.
Cool. So
I don't wake up for anyone.
No, you don't. Sure, we'll go through, just give a quick intro for everyone who's on today's special 100 episode. So, do you want to start off, Marcus?
I'm Marcus, and I'm from Country Wood Smoke and UK Barbecue Magazine, and I like to barbecue.
Is an understatement.
You like to barbecue. That's a good one.
And Pitmaster X, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Good friend of the show. It's nice to have you on again.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back, and it's been a long time, and it's a bit off season right now for a lot of people, but gladly we got some really good fans, loyal fans watching every time. So hope some of my Facebook fans are chiming in right now, having some questions for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking forward to them.
And we've got Ty and Ian on from Max Barbecue.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, guys.
And you guys are also. I was thinking up who can we invite on for the 100th episode, not the first one. I was thinking about the fact that you guys were one of our first when we first started the podcast. I think me and Dan kind of winged it a bit on our own for a couple of goes, and then we got you on, and we got Marcus on, and then Ro, you were quite near the top of the list as well as we were working through. So it's awesome to finally go back and reflect and see what everyone's doing for this festive period. So we've got some questions that people have been sending us, and I thought we could all just have a general chat about the fact that Christmas is coming up, and we should talk about what all our Christmas barbecue plans are.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So, guys, does anyone have a particular what are our plans for Christmas this year? Marcus, do you have any plans right now?
Go for a nice walk with the kids, try and calm them down, and then nice gentle afternoon cooking. I think I'm gonna pop a turkey crown in the Traeger and sit that and let that take the strain, and just have a nice easy day's cooking. Bit of smoke. I've done barbecue turkey now for the last sort of 7 or 8 years, so just a nice easy cook this year, I think.
Perfect. And how about you, Roll? What were you going for?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I know it's going to be a lot of family this year. And of course, I've been making recipe videos for Christmas. I think now for already 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I'm think I'll just let my family surprise me with a good recipe, and yeah, put them to the challenge of creating some beautiful dishes, and just sit and maybe do some dishes and clean the table, clear the table, and stuff like that. But it's gonna be family.
What about the guys behind one of our most awesome products in barbecue?
Well, we've got the United Nations coming to visit. We've got people from Australia, Egypt, and so everyone's going to bring a bit of something different. We're going to actually try and do a Moroccan lamb, probably using one of Mr. Gower's rubs. There's going to be a moussaka. And
yeah, we've got some tandoori chicken. Yeah, all sorts. But that's the Christmas Eve plans. We're also still doing like full barbecue and ham and turkey and everything Christmas Day as well. So we've got 2 full days of Christmas, I think.
we all gone.
We're back. We're back.
Woohoo!
I don't know about you.
So, guys,
I'm a bit sick of turkey already. I've been recipe testing lots of ideas, doing videos and stuff, and I think I'm on 4 turkey cooks already. So I'm getting a bit sick of it now.
Yeah. If you look at the things that people are cooking for Christmas, is most people that start out are doing turkey, doing ham, stuff like that. And when they get more into it, they're looking for like a whole hog, a piglet roast or something like that. And after that, people come with bigger and bigger challenges. And it's always what I like to do is just, if I do something for my family or a holiday recipe, I just want it to be like a big roast, which I can set and then just to walk away from, and celebrate it with my family, maybe check on it 1 or 2 times, and then make it easy on myself and have fun and drink a couple of beers, stuff like that. That's what I love to do. And just like Marcus already did so many turkeys. Yeah. Just make it easy. That's the trick.
Yeah, we only have turkey once a year, so we're going to do it. We're not like you guys, constantly pumping out recipes. So if you've got any good ones, send them over.
Yeah, well, I did do a turkey last Sunday with my mates. It was quite good fun. We had an impromptu Christmas. It was really good.
Awesome. I think I'm on my 3rd Christmas dinner so far this year already as well.
You did a rotisserie turkey cook, didn't you, the other day? Yeah. I uploaded the video to that this morning as well, but I scheduled it to upload, and then I forgot that it was actually happening, so I didn't post it anywhere to show anyone. But check it out. It's probably one of the longest videos I've ever made. It is.
It's really good, but I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes long for it, which is very long for a video. But I was just really lucky because I went into Darts Farm Butchers to ask them if they could debone and roll a turkey for me. It's based on our conversation we had actually on the podcast, Dan, when you said, it'd be really cool to do that on the rotisserie. So I thought I'd give it a go.
I'm full of good ideas.
Yeah, that was the first one you've had, but yeah.
It's a bit tricky though, right? Doing it on the rotisserie.
Yeah.
You gotta be looking to, now it's harder to not screw it up on the rotisserie.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I thought. So I gave it a go, and I went into the butchers and I asked them about it, because my idea originally was that I would debone and roll it in the video to show how to do it, but I realized
you had no idea how to do that.
I have no idea how to do it, and a turkey costs like 50 quid. So I thought maybe I'll get the experts to do it, and I was like, actually, can I film you? And I thought if I go in close enough, I might be able to get away with saying it was actually me, but no, I gave him the credit.
So the last 10
it looked way too good.
Were you eating the turkey, was it?
Yeah, I do. At the very end, I scoff it. It's an emotional roller coaster, really, of a video. You've got everything. It's got comedy. It's got education. It's got food. It's got music.
Sounds like a must watch.
Yeah,
Put the link out, mate.
yeah, I will. I'll share the link. That'd be a good idea.
Share it with us.
I even play my granddad's melodeon in it. So there you go.
Wow.
Full of the gimmicks.
I don't even know what melody it is.
It's like
Ben,
a little
can you
accordion.
see if we're getting questions coming in? Do you see that, or
I'm not
do
sure,
we
to
still
be
not
honest,
have any?
because when I just tried to look, it messed it up. Because someone else had a go. When I tried to open the video up to see what questions people were posed, it made it freeze. So
I'll see if we can get it up here.
Okay.
Can't you get Louise to ask us some questions?
yeah. We've got some questions already, actually, because we posted out, has anyone got any questions for us? And I've actually got a little bank of them here. So can I go ahead and ask some of the questions that have already come in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of them-
go for it.
Only easy
some of them-
ones, huh?
Yeah, some of them aren't specifically Christmas themed, but I'd like to go through them anyway. So I don't know who wants to answer it, but from Artist on Twitter, he asked us what's our favorite barbecue rubs and sauces.
Oh,
Who wants
That's
to
a
take
tricky
that one?
we'll leave that to Roll.
Yeah, there you
Whoa!
go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now there are a lot of good rubs out there. And the funny thing is that to me, like a good rub is the main thing is that of course the basic ingredients are always salt and sugar, and then you get black pepper, garlic, onion, and paprika powder. So the main thing is what sets a good rub apart from a bad rub is that you don't specifically taste paprika powder, garlic powder, or onion powder. The mix should be very homogeneous. You know, it should blend all together. It should like match. Sometimes you get a lot of all-purpose barbecue rubs, and you put it in your mouth. It's just garlic powder, onion powder, or paprika powder, and that's the rubs that are just below average. Then you get the rubs that have a nice blend. And then above that, there are some rubs that not only they blend really good together, but they add so much to like an ingredient. And I have a few favorites. I must say I really do like Demarco's rubs. And I also specifically like one from Unheim Barbecue. He has the bacon goodness, which is like, I eat it with my family every week on a chicken. Every week I put a chicken in the barbecue and we eat it as a family dinner, as like a roast with vegetables. And we put bacon goodness on it, and it's like the best for our family dinner. The kids love it.
Like
It has some bacon flavor in it. So
That Don Marco
I think that's my favorite.
pig wing. The Don Marco pig wing one is amazing. I really like that. You said about Don Marco rub, so that pig wing one is pretty special.
You guys tying in, I've seen you guys have had those on your stand at a few events, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, we go back with Marco quite a long way. I've known Don Marco for probably a good 11, 12 years now. And when he first started making the rubs, the pig wing was, I mean, I think when he only had like 4 or 5 rubs together, the pig wing was one of the first, and it was just, it's just a mind-blowing rub. We love giving it out on chicken, and when we're demoing, and people's faces, they can't believe they're actually eating chicken. They think it's bacon, and it's a really cool rub. I love it.
I've been layering that up with the Victory Lane cherry bomb rub, which is a really sweet cherry rub, and then I layer that onto ribs, and then I put the pig wing on top of that, and it's sensational on ribs. Really one of my favourite combinations. That is.
Give that
smoked with cherry as well.
Yeah, the other rubs I think that are really worth mentioning are the Angus and Oink ones. Especially the collab ones that they're doing with Miss Piggy's. Really good rubs. As Roll was saying, you don't want a rub to just have one flavor popping out. It's got to blend and also not hide the taste of the sort of protein that you're cooking.
When are you putting out a rub roll?
What? No, I have like 2 really good rub recipes, and I tried to get them on the market now for I think 2 years. I've been working on that, and I've been working on it so hard that that it's not there yet. so it's like yeah, it's like every time I'm almost finished with the rub, I think, I can do it a little better. I can do a little better. But hopefully, 2018, I got a rub called Superlicious coming up, and Bombastic. That's the idea. Not making any promises. Could be 2019, could be 2020.
Let's get your pre-orders in now.
My 3 questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear you.
I think I'll start one of those GoFundMe things where people put their money in and then 2 years later get the product. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just do that.
Yeah.
I hear your pain. I've been trying to get my own going as well, so I know how it's not straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's barbecue is about having fun. So if it's getting stressful or it's getting to look like it's a lot of work, and it's got to go with the flow. For me and Marcus, we have to work with companies that really want to work with us as well. It's not something that I can do on my own on the side, because I want to be part of like a company that has the same interest, has the same motivation and the same mindset about barbecue that I do. It's not only about making money, it's also about it's about culture, barbecue culture, and you have to work together. That's for the long run. That's most important.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it's ready when it's ready, right?
Yeah.
It's ready when it's ready. It's on the market when it's on the market. No promises.
Next question. I'll skip that one. Why does my wife spend all the money? The next one.
I want to answer that. I want to answer that.
Going to answer that for Tim on Twitter. I can answer this one. It's one from you here, Marcus, actually. So you're asking yourself a question, but I can answer this one. Who's the better barbecuer, Ben or Dan? It's clearly me. Next one.
Love that. Right away. Doesn't even give him a chance.
Okay.
I don't need to answer that. Everyone knows the answer to that question. I just need to sit here. I'll just sit here.
We're not talking about microwaving, Dan.
Yeah. I can beat him.
From rubs, I feel that we need to give John Gower a shout out. John Gower is like the only commercial rubs that I really enjoy. Every time I pick up one of John Gower's rubs and give it a go, Quiet Waters Farms rubs, I just knock me off, knock my socks off. Really, I just really enjoy all of his rubs. They're flavors that I would probably like. They're very synonymous to like homemade rubs. I feel like they're like the homemade rub sort of commercial rub, like the sort of flavors that you'd want to put together for these things. But also he brings in inspiration and stuff from his travels and from things that he's tasted from around the world. And it's sort of like it's a really nice way to get these different vibes or get these different tastes that you're going for with these different cooks. So I just want to give John Gower a shout out there before we move on from rubs, because I have to say his rubs are one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's really refreshing to see something that isn't just American barbecue style. It's really nice to get some like peri peri in there, some Cuban, some, you know, all of that sort of thing. And I think they're fantastic as well. They're really nice for when you want something a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
What I think is amazing is you compare the UK barbecue rub market now with 2 years ago, and there was next to nothing available 2 years ago, and now there's some fantastic rubs. I mean, Jackie Waite's just brought out hers. The Firefly guys have brought out theirs. I'm really lucky. I get sent people's rubs to try all the time. I'm really fortunate, and there's some amazing rubs coming out. There really is. And yeah, you can make your own, but sometimes it's just nice to get a bit of inspiration from other people as well.
Yeah, and I really like it when you get a rub where you kind of like, how do they do that? And like, it intrigues me with some of the rubs. It's got the one that Jackie Waite recommended to me right near the beginning in the podcast was that BBQs sweet and heat rub, and I just don't know how to recreate the flavor of that rub. It is like, I really like it as a rub. It's very different to any other rub, and I don't know. There's something in it which I don't know what it is, and I quite like that. It intrigues me.
I like trying to work out the ingredients and trying to work them out, but some of them are really hard to as well.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. So you happy, Dan? We're allowed to move on now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So what barbecue product has most changed your life?
Not including the podcast, obviously. It's other things.
Yeah, other things. Yeah, this has impacted thousands, if not millions, of people's lives. But we're after a specific product, not a way of life.
Wow, that's a difficult one.
I think, like, to begin with, for me, it was a digital thermometer. Like, that was something that when I picked up, I got like a whole ton more confidence with my cooking because I knew exactly when something was ready because I knew what temperature it was at. So that for me, like at the beginning, made a really big difference to my cooking over coals. Like it allowed me to be more confident in what temperature the barbecue's running at, what temperature my food's at. It takes away that like, oh, what's going on under the lid, like that temptation to lift it because you know what temp it's at.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's always like people say to us, like, what do you recommend? I'm just getting into barbecue, and that's always probably the first thing we would recommend to anyone is make sure for what maybe more like a thermopen style thing, but after that, being able to monitor your temperature inside the barbecue when the lid's on there, that's revolutionized barbecue for me, really, to go from having to constantly keep lid off, have a quick check, how's it going, putting the lid on, and that changes everything you can cook once you realize that.
Do you know what's quite nice for me is once I got my first sort of like leave-in thermometer, let's just say that for instance, it just gave me so much confidence because you actually just saw how much the pits just sort of run themselves once they get going. Like, I mean, I started using a ProQ XL and they really do just sit themselves. They find a temp, whatever temp you're set up at, and they just sit there. So, but before you see that, like on a thermometer, you just doubt yourself. You stand there, doubt yourself. Is that the temperature? What's it doing? Playing with events, doing this, doing that. But I think, yeah, it gave me that confidence just seeing that it was, well, actually, it's just sat there. It's just sat at 250 or 275, 22, whatever it is you've got it set up at. Just leave it alone. Let it cook. Let it go. It was just something that just, yeah, like I said, gave me the confidence just that everything was all right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for me, I think the barbecue industry here in Europe has just, over the last 10 years, has just gone absolutely bananas in a good way. Where, I mean, you just look at the charcoals available, the woods available. You know, when we first started, you could only get charcoal in a supermarket. So, you know, which was pretty bad quality stuff. Now you're getting, you know, local guys doing charcoal. There's coconut charcoal. There's, you know, olive wood charcoal, and it just it's one of the sort of main parts of barbecue, and you know, it just makes it so much easier if you've got a good a good fire that you can rely on to burn for a long time.
Definitely. How about you, Pitmaster X?
Yeah. I think the thing that I posted a picture on Instagram last week, I think, and these were the 3 things that I've had for a long time. And one thing is like one of these torches, you know, the small creme brulee torches.
Oh yeah.
But then the version of this was a really good industrial version of it. And I've had it now for, I think, over 3 years, which is rare for these things because you either lose them or they like break or whatever. But this thing, sometimes I'm even poking this one in the ash and it clogs up. I blow it and just it runs again. So that's been with me for a long time. I also have like the thing that's like I see nobody use, but one of these terracotta pots, you know, that they use for making paella, stuff like that. These things, they work really, really well. Everybody loves cast iron, and I understand why people love cast iron, but I think terracotta works even better because you still have like a really smooth surface, and terracotta really takes fluids much better than cast iron. You don't have to look after terracotta pots, and they keep the heat. They divide the heat, so it's becoming a more equal heat. So I have one of those bowls that is really great. And the third one is barbecue thong. I have one from Hösle that I had for it must be at least 7 or 8 years. And if you put it
roll
tongue.
A thong.
Oh, tongue,
yeah, it's Ian thong. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like tongue. Tongue is
Dan wears those when he barbecues as well.
Yeah, barbecue thong.
Barbecues never look so good.
And can you imagine? I have it for 7 years already.
Wow,
I know. Maybe you washed it.
You wash it regularly.
This is my luck. No, you don't wash it. You wash off all the luck. So, but if one of those tongue, if you hold them up, it locks automatically. So you don't have those that you have like the lock at the bottom.
Yeah.
So that works really well. But yeah, I switched so many barbecues and I switched so many things, thermometers, whatever. But these 3 things they just stick with me. And I think the terracotta one is the one that amazes me most because, in my opinion, everybody should be using terracotta in a barbecue.
You'll have to be putting some more recipes in your terracotta pot.
So, what? Whiskeys?
Yes.
What?
Roasties.
Whiskies as well, yeah.
What about you, Dan? Have you got a favourite?
I think we should go to Marcus.
Marcus is drinking beer, though.
That's not going to stop me. So if Roll's allowed 3, then I'm allowed 3, I think.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
So Thermopen, obviously, I mean, that like when I do the classes, that's the first thing I say to people to get. You can cook on just over some circle of stones with a fire pit. You know, as long as you can check your temperatures and know, and it's, you know, a little steak, it's easy to know, but a big bit of meat, you just need to know. And Thermopen's the quickest way, really. Probably the other one would be a wood-fired oven of some sort. As much as I love barbecue, I started with wood-fired ovens, and I love that searing heat. I mean, you can cook pizza in it, but there's so much more. You can cook steaks and fish and seafood, and I wouldn't be without a wood-fired oven. I do probably almost as much wood-fired oven cooking as I do in a barbecue, and that's what I learned outdoor cooking on, and I love it. Probably the third one would be a luft lighter of some sort. I've always got one in my hand and I'm lighting a fire. I light my stove inside with it, and just, I don't know, just gets it going so quick. I light so many fires. It just, you know, just saves so much time, especially when the weather's outside like this. It's a bit
you know, it's howling outside now, and if I wanted to light the barbecue, then yeah, that would just get it going quickly.
Yeah,
I agree, and like Luftlight is great, but there's something special about just lighting charcoal chimney, especially in the cold as well, and just watching it light up. And I don't know, there's something a bit special about that as well, I think.
you've kind of stuck to the chimney like always, though, Dan. Really, I mean, that's just you've done it. That's it. Your chimney through and through.
It's all part of it. Yeah, like the fire for me. I don't know, just something I love. It's a big part of it, and I would miss it, I think.
Definitely. Yeah.
I like the chimney. Propane is a lot quicker.
Yeah.
The thing is, with a chimney, it's only like 5-10 minutes anyway. So it's not like you're not adding you're waiting for your oven to preheat for longer than that anyway.
You can't do an afterburner on a Luftleiter.
No. Don't know. You might be able to.
I'll leave that to the experts to try.
Who's going to do that in the next video?
Maybe like a little steak medallion or something. That could be the next video.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be 20 minutes long.
You could do like
see if you can butcher a steak medallion.
Should be able to.
You could do the flip and grate, set it on the side, and then use the Luftleiter to grill sausages or whatever.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Air dried sausages.
I think the flavour would be amazing.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, air fryer. It's an air fryer.
Yeah. Okay, so one of you video gurus will have to get it out there and see what you can do.
All right. Or if anyone who's
why was this?
That's a nice wagyu. I'm begging for doing something with. That'd be a bit of a waste of wagyu like that.
Yeah, maybe not a wagyu. Yeah. Cool. Right. So, next up on the agenda. What do we think the next big thing, or the next craze that's coming to barbecue is? What does everyone see coming out of it?
It's already here.
What is it?
It's those yakitori style grills.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yakitori and perilla, I think. It's cooking over live fire. Like, I think that's the next thing, because it's even a little bit more challenging than like chucking something in the cabinet or a water smoker or anything, because like it sits at a stable temperature, you know what it's doing, it's fine. But when you've got like a proper fire going and you've got to control it and move things about a bit, it's a bit more exciting. I think that's coming up.
Yakitori, you can't sleep, or even look away for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's nice about sleep? Nice about yakitori? We're talking about like sort of Asian sort of influences on barbecue, and like a lot of the barbecue over here, from what I've seen so far, is grill in the middle of the table, and then it's a more social. So it's sort of like again, it goes back to what barbecue is anyway: social gathering. Like, what is barbecue really about? Everyone coming together, and the way the Asians do it is a barbecue in the middle of the table, and everyone has their food. There's lots of different dishes around, and they select a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's going on the grill. They're all doing their own thing, and I think that's quite a nice little something that's possible with these yakitori grills that are coming out and people are using. It's quite a nice way to cook, quite a nice social way to cook.
Yeah. And the thing is that if you look at the future, people are worried about consumption of meat for health reasons and for like environmental reasons. So if you're looking to, a larger and larger audience is worried about it, and I think people are moving much more towards like grilling fish and grilling smaller portions, grilling vegetables, stuff like that, and really fits the Japanese style of eating. So I think for restaurants as well, having a yakitori grill, live fire, and it fits the idea of what a lot of people want these days.
Yeah.
Ian, Ty, can you for people who don't know what a yakitori grill is, can you kind of explain what it is?
Okay, so essentially you've got a really hot fire, so you're probably cooking, I would say, anything up from 500 degrees. Your food's really close to the fire, and you're constantly turning. It's so quick to do. Say a skewer is going to take you maybe at the most a minute. And it's just. I think the way I got inspired by that barbecue sort of video where they had a Japanese guy there, and he was explaining. I mean, he's like a master yakitori guy, and
chef's table or something.
Yeah, he was just just not only. I mean, what gives me joy is not only the flavors that come out of the yakitori, but the way this guy actually prepared everything. It just looked fantastic. Everything was, it fits in well with my OCD. Everything was exactly the same size.
Yeah.
And it's just I mean, we've got our little yakitoris out, and it took me a day to get used to cooking that way again. But I absolutely love it. It's, we're coming from Africa, a braai is cooking over fire. You're not cooking low and slow. You're not roasting or anything. So it brings back that the activity and the sort of show of cooking, which is I really enjoy it. I mean, and it's not like you're sitting down and you've got one guy cooking for a couple of hours, standing by himself in the smoke. With the yakitori, it's over so quickly, and everyone can get involved.
Yes, it's interesting you say that, actually, because when Dan and I, when we started this podcast, like one of our people always used to ask us, like, how did you get into barbecue and stuff, and we always used to say that one of our big inspirations really was around like the fact, like for me, especially when I was younger, I remember my dad being at the barbecue, and it was like the hub of the party. Everyone was around the barbecue, getting the food and everything. And I've only, as you're saying that now, I kind of subconsciously realised that nearly everything I'm cooking on the barbecue now, I cook well before people arrive, and then by the time they arrive at our house, I've like served up all the food already for them to eat. And now there's none of this going out and standing around the barbecue, because I'm done with the barbecue by the time they arrive. I'm resting the meat for an hour.
Yeah, I mean, when we started 13 years ago in the UK, it was what I called a sausage burning nation. And that was it. You went to a barbecue and everyone was grilling. And invariably, if you picked up the tongs, you were sort of stuck there for up to 2 hours cooking for everyone else. Your eyes watering and that. And that's why I love the smoking side of the low and slow part is, you could put stuff on and be part of the party and just, it was very difficult to fail on it. So, yeah, in that regard, I mean, now that I've done that for so long, it's quite nice to get back to sort of really high heat, quick cooking.
Yeah, and also I think that like the sort of Japanese and also I'm going to say Korean, because I'm really into the Korean barbecue at the moment, is you sort of get rid of a lot of the gimmicks and it's really sort of produce based. So you're talking about getting like some really, really good quality steaks, some good quality meat, thin slices, and then you really appreciate sort of every little bit that you're eating. So I don't know, it sort of gets rid of like we've all talked about rubs. We love this, but also like a lot of it is just about the meat and about the veg in itself and sort of just the single ingredients. You're cooking one at a time or a couple of things at a time and building up a mouthful at a time, really. So I just think it's a really nice way to cook and to eat as well, to appreciate, especially if you're using good ingredients like sort of, I don't know, some nice beef or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Definitely. So we all need a yakitori. That's the next thing we need then. Everyone add that to the Christmas list, quick.
Yeah, you want a it's like the grill is called different though. It's like a shinchuri, or it's not a yakitori. Is like the chicken, right?
Yeah. there's different names for the grills. You can get a little round one, which is the Shishirin grill. You can get the Conroe grills, which are the sort of rectangular and square ones. They're made out of quite thick sort of diatomite. It's that style of grill. You get hibachi as well, which is we all know hibachi grills, but there's a lot of different styles of grills, and they're all that ultra high heat, close contact grilling, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Now we all need to get Bincheton.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that'll be more expensive than the beef.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah, where's our delivery of Pinkacha from our friend, bro?
Yeah, we're waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting longer than I'm waiting on my own rubs, man.
I've got a little box of Bincheton about that big, but I don't want to use it because I want to save it.
That's okay. Send it to us. We'll use it.
Yeah, come, give it to me. When I Google it, in Google Shopping, it comes up as a beauty product.
Yeah.
So you can buy it as a beauty product, but you can't buy it to grill with. It's ridiculous.
That's because of the price roll.
Yeah.
The best. I've cooked on a couple of these grills, and the best alternative is actually the ProQ cocoa shell briquettes. They're absolutely brilliant. Once you get them up raging, because the idea is that you don't want it to flare up when the fats, you got high heat and the fats that drip down, you don't want them to flare up, and it doesn't with the Bincheton. And it's the same with the cocoa shell briquettes. You don't get that flaring up. You get that nice solid heat, and it doesn't flare up, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, flames are not good.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Still, I want the Bincheton.
Yeah.
I want it.
So we had a question about what's the weirdest thing you've ever barbecued.
Well,
You shouldn't ask things like that.
Yeah, I'm not going barbecued, but I'm going cold smoked, and cold smoked tofu. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Tofu.
I got a lot of stick for that.
Yeah, I bet.
You're such a hipster, Ian.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said you're such a hipster.
Yeah, it wasn't for me, mate.
You're going to get more stick for it now.
If you're from, if you're from South Africa, they eat everything there. So you put on a whole goat, and all the organs go in.
Crocodile,
Eyes.
a lot of sort of impala, kudu, lots of wild animals. That's just it's just normal.
Especially you guys, especially you like endangered animals, right? You especially love those.
Mostly in China, we do those. All right, let's move on, bro.
I think the weirdest, what people I like to try different things every time, but what people freaked out about is like sweetbread.
Yeah.
The growing organs of a veal, and I made a video about that, and like almost nobody watched it, and the people who watched it said, "What? I'm not gonna eat that." It's like, okay, why not? It's like used to people eat it a lot. It was very popular in restaurants in the 90s, but now people don't eat it anymore. It's like weird.
I think offal in general, people just sort of, I don't know, just it's not as common anymore, offal, or I don't know. I guess over here, offal is like massively common. Like there's offal being grilled everywhere. I mean, like chicken hearts. We had chicken heart. What did I just write about in the there's like chicken heart skewers and stuff. There's so much offal over here, which is amazing in my opinion. But yeah, people just frown or put their nose up at offal, which is interesting.
I genuinely, I think coming back, I think we're seeing more and more people, because like Roll said, like the sort of moral stance on meat is changing, and I think people are wanting to see less waste and to see better meat sourcing, and I think with that will come people eating more offal, because otherwise it is just wasted.
Yeah.
And it also makes great food. Like why not eat it?
Yeah.
The only reason
I was
it doesn't come packaged in a pretty plastic box anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you don't grow up with it anymore. You know, our parents used to eat it. I was at an event where Ted Reader was grilling in Germany, and he had rabbit's kidney, and it really was really delicious. I was really amazed by it. You know, the liver and the heart was there, but the rabbit's kidney was absolutely delicious, and I wanted to look for it because I wanted to make a video on it. But the thing is that when I searched it, I could only find it as dog food in animal stores, so it was in pet stores. So it was kind of like weird. It was, you know, in the Netherlands it's dog food, but
Lucky dogs.
Yeah.
lucky dogs, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So no video on rabbit kidneys.
Not yet. Just a nice smoked
Not
dog
yet.
food one.
Yeah.
I agree with Roll about the sweetbreads. That they're very underrated. I mean, I did a video as well on sweetbreads, and like Roll, nobody watched it. Bizarre, but actually it was delicious. And I think they're going to be one of those ingredients that really comes on, because people just need to wake up to how good they are when they're cooked on a grill, nice plancha, sear them off, you know, get a nice high heat, you know, and crust them up, and they're lovely, they're beautiful.
So when we get together, Marcus, we're just grilling sweetbread and rabbit's kidney and
The other thing is bone marrow. You know, I'm a bit addicted to bone marrow at the moment. I love it. I've been making like compound bone marrows and mixing it with herbs and garlic, mixing it with chimichurri, and then searing it onto steaks and stuff. And it's absolutely stunning stuff, you know. And I know, you know, you see bone marrow being sort of, it's coming on now, but you know, it's a wonderful ingredient. You can add it as a fat to anything, and it's great. You know, if you're making burger mix, add the bone marrow. It's just adds so much good flavour to me, I think.
And so cheap as well, and often free. If you're at your butcher's, you can often get some bones for free, or a whole heap of bones for cheap as well. So it's such a cheap thing to do, and it's amazing to do.
But if you buy it in the Netherlands, it's actually quite expensive. I think they caught on to that. I think someone said, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, don't tell anybody. Bone marrow's nice, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I think when they started it calling God's butter, I think that gave it away. That someone thought, "Hey, I could be making money here."
Yeah. I think that is, we're kind of a problem for our own success, really, aren't we? Because we all find the like next new cheap thing and then broadcast it to everyone, and then suddenly it's not cheap anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking for the guy that said ribeyes were good.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to start a secret society.
Yeah. We'll join. You can join our secret club.
Let's try it the other way around.
It would help if
beef is really, really bad. Really, really, really bad. Everyone hates it.
Well, Wagyu, yes, disgusting, isn't it?
Let's see if we can influence
markets.
So
I'm trying real hard to set everybody off and trying to make them think sweetbread tastes good. But you guys are not helping. You know, we got to get them on the sweetbread so the other stuff gets cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Cool.
Have we got? We could go back to a bit of Christmassy. We've got some question about from Barbecue Stew on Twitter, actually saying, "What's your favourite way to cook a turkey?"
Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, please do.
I just cook it nice and simple. I've done brines. They're great. One of the first ways I did it was just inject it with absolutely shed loads of butter till there's butter pouring out of it. Just keep going. Just get loads of butter on. Nice bit of dry rub on, and then into the smoker. absolutely nail that temperature. 70 degrees when you take it off and let it rise by itself to 74. That's perfect. I don't know if you saw my last video, but literally there was juice dripping out of it. It was amazing. It's nice and simple. That's for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm actually exactly the same. I love it really simple. Lots of butter injected. I did it with a Crown last Sunday, but after I injected it, I put it in a tray in the barbecue, and then sort of 3/4 of the way through the cook, I went with my injector and like sucked up all the butter that come out and just re-injected it again. Came out incredibly. I'm a little bit chancy. I like to pull it off at 65 and then rest it.
Always leave life on the edge.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think that lower temp gives you more moisture, and also you rest it to come up, so it is mostly safe. I still haven't tried it.
Almost safe.
It's still here.
Yeah.
If not, just use a Luftleiter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't ever inject mine at all. I've never felt like I've needed to. How does that?
I'm with you on that, Ben.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, I like to. You know, when like with a turkey, it's like with chicken. If you are able to cook it in the way that it's still juicy and you can taste the flavor of the turkey really well, you don't need to inject it. But if you find it to be challenging, I think it's a good thing to inject. You know, it's like an instant brine that you can add to your turkey, which helps to keep it moist. And I like the idea of you injecting the fluids that come out of it. That's a great idea, keeping the flavors in.
yeah. I wonder if there's a kind of a bit of a misconception, because obviously everyone does it, but everyone assumes that turkey is dry meat, and I don't know if that's the case in the barbecue world, because every time I've cooked the turkey on the barbecue, it's never been dry. I've cooked it using the same method.
Don't stuff their turkey.
No, but I just cook it the same way as I cook any other meat, with a probe in it. And I think that probably the reason why it's always dry is because people aren't probing in their oven at home, and they're worried about it not being cooked properly, and they're just overcooking it. And I think probably our barbecue methods actually solve the whole dry turkey theory anyway.
Yeah, I think it's the temperature is key to that. Cooking in your oven, guys are cooking at much higher temperatures, and it does dry out. I used to hate turkey at Christmas until I started barbecuing it, and we have a lot of people around for Christmas, and everyone's the same. They shy away from the turkey until they have actually look at it and see all the juice in it, from being barbecued at just a lower temperature, and that's the secret, I think.
Yeah, definitely. He's off.
He's quit.
He's not keen. He didn't like that, Ian. He's just
Sorry, Roll. Come back.
No, I disagree. All right.
Ooh.
He's. I don't know if he's coming back.
He's doing one of his
We still love you, Roll.
It's like a kaleidoscope or something.
Yeah. Maybe he's gone to find his barbecue thumb.
I think that's the key, though, because if you follow the instructions on a typical turkey and you follow those to the letter, you will massively overcook your turkey. So actually, if you're people into barbecue, or into checking temperatures and stuff, so you actually nail it on the head, and with a thermometer, you're checking all the time, so you nail it on the head. You get it right. If you're just cooking to time, as suggested on the packets, usually you're going to massively overcook it. So the thermometer is the way forward.
Roll, were you just checking on your turkey?
You talking to me? Yeah, I was checking on a turkey. Now the thing is that, to me, I agree with the thermometer is the thing that to keep check, but a lot of people in the oven think they need to stuff their turkey, and that's where they go wrong. It's like, you can't use the turkey to shield the stuffing, and when the stuffing is cooked, the turkey is dry, that's not a good idea. And I think that's where people get the experience of dry turkey, and it's not necessary. And I think barbecue people don't have that problem because they don't bother stuffing their turkey.
Yeah.
They don't care about what's inside, they care about the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite often I separate the thigh, the leg, the dark meat, and the white meat, and I cook them separately to different temperatures. I really love pulled turkey thigh. It's one of my absolute favourite things, and it's sensational with a nice Alabama white sauce on. It's stunning in a roll. Actually, give me that over traditional turkey any day, I think.
I've also seen a lot of people spatchcock turkey to achieve the same thing, so it cooks more evenly.
Yeah.
Which I think is great if you've got a big enough grill. It just keeps everything flat and everything like sort of the same thickness, so you don't get one part that's ready and the other part that's not. So you're drying one part out to get the other up to temperature.
Yeah.
I mean, something that I'm going to be looking at this year will be trusting my turkey. I mean, trusting my chickens. I've been trusting my chickens at home, and having a better success, or I feel that I've had a better success with a more even cook across a whole bird. And so if you're going to keep the bird whole, I think trusting the turkey in a way to protect the areas that get dry quickly and even out the cook a bit is a really good way to make sure the cook's even.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We got a couple of people watching right now, and maybe they got some questions for us because we're here to take them, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. We got.
So if it's not your mom, Ben, then, and even if it's your mom, ask her to.
Mum, what do I want for Christmas? Yakitori, please.
Barbecue thong.
Yeah, barbecue thong for your mom.
Sue Stoneman's listening at the moment, and she said she agreed with you, Raoul, about she wants to use terracotta a lot more, and she said she said that they're really great for doing puddings in as well.
Nice.
Mm.
Finally, someone agrees with me.
Yeah.
There's one nutter out there.
Yeah,
Sorry,
always.
Steve.
You can always find one.
Just loading up on the.
That ping was a live question coming in.
Yeah.
What's your go-to rub on turkey, guys? What would you rub your turkey with?
Oh, I'm just a plain salt and pepper guy on turkey.
Yeah, me too.
Do you
Yeah,
rub
it's hard to
up
get
skin
something
on top of the skin, or what do you do?
Well, I like sage and lemon zest and butter and salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And under the skin, and then salt on the skin. That's it.
Yeah.
I did garlic butter the other day. That was good.
Salt and pepper, thyme. I like a bit of thyme sprinkled over the top.
Simple. I think most people with
keep it simple.
do keep it simple, don't they? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big bird.
Turkey yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they use the whole bottle of pig wing to cover the one bird.
It's the only acceptable form of turkey bacon.
Yeah.
I tried some of the Angus sweet bones and butts on some I did recently, and that was really nice as well. Quite a nice sweet rub. That was good for good flavour with a nice cherry smoke. That worked well.
Another question: pork belly burnt ends. Are they burnt ends?
I'm going to say no.
Depends on who cooks them.
I think we have to say no, don't we? Really, to be honest.
I think they're just tasty. I mean, a lot of people call them a lot of different things. They're just tasty, and that's the main thing.
They're just pork belly cubes.
Yeah,
They're candy.
They're not burnt ends.
No.
I mean, they don't even fit the name.
Yeah, they're not burnt.
Got another question here that's come in. So, hi guys, sticking on the turkey. What's the best wood for smoking the Christmas turkey?
I'm a hickory man myself. Hickory or probably cherry on turkey.
Yeah, cherry. I like cherry for turkey. I like cherry for chicken, and I do like cherry beer. If you brine chicken, use cherry beer to brine the chicken, and then smoke it with cherry wood, and that works on turkey just as well. Oh, that's delicious. That's really delicious.
Don't have to get cherry beer here.
Yeah.
Cherry or silver birch for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the Netherlands, we use a lot of beech. You know, we smoke fish with combination of beech and oak, and I really like the idea of smoking with the wood that comes from the Netherlands. It's kind of like in America they use the smoke wood which is available locally. I really like that idea, so that in a country, in every country it's different. You know, if we all use pecan or we all use hickory, which not naturally grows near where we live, you don't get your specific flavor to your own country or your own region. I really like that idea. You know, if you're going to Africa, you get a different smoke profile. Then you go, if you compare it to America or the Netherlands or the UK. I really like that idea. So,
Yeah, that's a good point, Mark.
Yeah, I had a message from a chap who listens to the podcast in New Zealand, and he bought himself a barbecue and like inspired by listening to the podcast, and he said that he's going to be using a lot of Manuka wood, which is something that I've
Manuka.
Yeah.
I've just been given some of that to try. So Alison started doing it at Hot Smoke, so I've just been given some to try. So I will be reporting back on that.
Cool. Let me know what you think.
I've tried Manuka smoke stuff before. It's quite good. It's almost mesquite like with the strength. So I'd go light with it. It's really nice flavor, but it is really strong. So yeah.
Yeah. I went in the video that I just put up today is doing a turkey with that, and I did cherry and pear with that. I quite like pears and kind of quite a nice generic smoke flavor, which works well with most things, really.
Yeah, it is lovely.
Got another question here, guys. So, what's everyone's favorite Christmas ham methods?
Oh,
I got a lot.
I love ham.
The idea is, I like ham, but you have the American style ham where they do like a pre-cooked ham and then basically heat it up, smoke it, and sauce it. I really like that idea for a big party. If you have like, I don't know, maybe 100 people coming over, you do a couple of hams, big ones, and people get to slice their own ham, get a sandwich, get a beer, you're done. Everybody likes it. For myself, I rather make my own ham and stuff it. That's so basically brine like a pork tenderloin, or sorry, a pork loin, and then stuff it with something, fruit, and then smoke it. That's how I like my ham.
Awesome, Marcus.
I've got a traditional ham that I do, and it's just flavors of Christmas. And you can get these little bottles over here of mulling spice, and it's like a syrup, and it's got cinnamon in, it's got different spices in, and you add it to your red wine to make a mulled wine. And it's like a thick syrup. So you smoke your ham, and then you brush it with loads of this mulling syrup. And the flavor is just Christmas, and you get a beautiful glaze over it, and it's wonderful. When I thought to try that, it blows me away. So I don't do it any other way now, because for me that's the flavor of Christmas. Those mulling flavors over the top are just wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Tie in.
definitely.
Yeah, sounds good.
For me, I like a traditional ham, but I do like glazing it with treacle. I find that it just gives it a really nice color on the outside and also a nice sweet crust on it as well.
Yeah. Has anyone tried the like Coca-Cola ham? Because that was going around a while ago, wasn't it?
Not me.
No. Neither have I. We'll end there.
How was it, Ben?
I don't even like drinking it, so I don't think I like eating it.
It's quite a good marinade. I mean, we used to with game meat that can be quite tough. Coca-Cola does do something to it. I'm not going to go into the scientific how and why, but it does.
Go on, have a go.
Yeah, because why not?
Pineapple juice and
pork juice.
Pork and that sort of thing.
I'll leave that scientific side to Meathead. He seems to like that side of things. I'm a simple man.
Cool.
Doesn't matter it works. Doesn't matter how.
Right, guys. I think we're gonna have to round it up now, guys. We've been going for over an hour. This is probably our world record. So we've gone for the 100th podcast being the longest ever podcast as well. So
luckily there were only 3 questions.
Yeah. Have you got any last ones, Dan, that you want to put in before we end it, or are you good?
Why am I so good? Look, no, sorry, it's the wrong podcast. Sorry. Now we've pretty much answered all the questions.
You happy?
Coming live. Yeah, we're happy.
Cool. Should we make this?
Of course, I'm happy.
Should we make this the new regular time slot?
Yeah, we can do.
I just want to say, congratulations, guys. I think it's pretty epic what you've done. I mean, when you said you were going to be doing a podcast every week at the outset, I thought, crumbs, how are they going to manage it? How are they going to do it? And actually, total respect to you guys. You've smashed it, and you should be really proud of yourselves.
Thanks, Marcus.
It's been difficult doing it with Ben, but I've powered through, and I've had to piggyback him for a lot of it, but
he had to move like halfway across the world to try and get away from me, but it hasn't worked.
It was too easy, so we had to put 1,000 miles between us, see if it would make it more difficult.
We're still managing it.
Guys, I just want to, from Max Barbecue, just want to wish everyone a really Merry Christmas, and just thank everyone for their support. Without you guys and without the customers and that, we wouldn't be around doing what we love. And just thank you for that, and have a good Christmas.
Thanks, guys.
And then looking forward to a great 2018, the most epic barbecue year so far.
Absolutely. We can't wait for those rubs.
Yeah. Maybe.
Don't wait for them.
2018 stacking up to be huge from what I can see. So thanks to everyone from Countrywood Smoke and all the groups and stuff, and people who read the magazine, and everyone for their support. It's amazing.
Awesome. I think we should bring out a range of barbecue thongs with our faces on the pouch of each one. It's a whole range.
Your face for all of it.
Yours.
I think we should keep it to Ian then. I think he's the kind of guy that he's a simple man, as he says, but it's a kind of product that fits in his.
I just had to lower the tone. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, thank you, Dale.
We can always count on you, Dan.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. If you haven't bought our Christmas-filmed book, then you can buy it on Amazon now.
Yes, get buying the book, guys.
If you haven't already.
Get a free thumb.
Yeah. Anyone who buys the book before Christmas, Dan will send them a free phone.
And so
terms and conditions in there.
Terms and conditions apply. You must live in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. Must live in the same building as him.
Yeah. I'm sure you've got some students tuned in now.
Right.
Right. Let's send it there, guys. You're going to do the outro, Dan?
Yeah.
You can't put me in the spot like this.
Sing it.
Sing it.
We
Sing it.
wish you a
Wish
smoky
you a
Christmas. We
wish
wish
you a smoky
Wish
Christmas.
you a Merry
We
Christmas.
wish you a smoky Christmas and a smoky New
And a
Year.
happy New
The
Year.
smoky we bring to you and your turkey. We wish you a smoky
Christmas and a smoky New Year.
I know now why this only lasts an hour normal.
Go. Yeah, it gets sillier after an hour.
We apologise to all those kids that had to hear that.
Well, that song just gained us a new subscriber on YouTube, so it was worth it. Cheers.
Yeah.
That was Dan's mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mum. Right, see you later, guys.
Yes,
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Have a good one.